I want to talk to you about how to get a $100,000 personal loan. So basically, not a lot of lenders will lend you a six digit will approve you for a six-digit loan. But in today's conversation, I want to share with you the top five lenders who are willing to actually lend you that much. Okay, so here are the top lenders I want you to pay attention to. The very first lender to actually give you a $100,000 is actually a Livestream. And what I love about Livestream is that it's basically an online lender that actually is affiliated with a traditional bank. Because normally, a lot of fintechs don't have this sort of close relationship with a traditional lender. Okay, but Livestream does. Basically, Livestream is a subsidiary of Truist Bank. So Truist actually is a bank that came after the merger of SunTrust and BB&T. So you can see this is a major bank. I mean, Truist is not a national bank, but this is a major regional bank, similar to PNC, US Bank, Key Bank, and Fifth Third Bank. Okay, so Livestream. The cool thing about Livestream is that basically you are able to get a maximum of $100,000, and you can also have an APR that averages about eight. I mean, between 8 to 14%. Okay, obviously the higher your credit score, the lower your APR. That just makes sense. Okay, but what I love about Livestream is that overall they offer some of the lowest personal loan rates on the market. That's really cool. Now you can choose up to 7 years to repay the loan, and you may even get a rate discount if you set up payment. If you set up payment on autopay. So Livestream doesn't charge fees, and if you're qualified, you may receive actually your funds the same day you apply. So if you apply around 9 a.m. to 12, you might actually be you might get the cash in your account by the end of the day. That's kind of cool. So what are the pros and cons when it comes to Livestream today? Well, the pros, you have low interest rates, no fees, and you also have the rate beat program where they can give you the lower rate if you're able to show that you found lower elsewhere. What are the cons here? Well, with Livestream, you got to have an established credit history. There is no option to pre-qualify, so you got to be ready for a hard pull right away. There's no soft pull sort of process, and you also have a high minimum credit score required. So if you want to get a loan from Livestream, it is what it is. By the way, the minimum loan amount is 5,000. Okay, 5,000 to $100,000. The next lender that can give you $100,000 this year is SoFi. Okay, with SoFi, the cool thing about SoFi is that this is a fintech, and SoFi has been doing a lot of things. They have loans for credit card consolidation, loan for travel, loan for weddings, loan for family planning, loan for home improvements. That's kind of cool. So if you have, let's say, for example, if you have a large home and you trying to really maybe renovate the backyard or the basement, you can actually borrow from SoFi to take care of it. I mean, their home improvement loans will actually help you out. So with SoFi, the cool thing is that you can add a co-borrower when you apply. So if for any reason you feel like $100,000, that's a lot for you to really get on your own, you can have a co-signer. You can have a co-borrower. Okay, so combining your income with that of a co-borrower can actually lower your debt-to-income ratio and make it easier for you to qualify for a $100,000 loan. So that's kind of cool because this feature makes SoFi a solid choice to get a six-digit loan amount if you want to really go at it with your spouse, with your like whatever family member. Okay. So what are the pros and cons when it comes to SoFi this year? Well, one thing I love about SoFi is that joint borrowers are accepted. You have you have an auto pay discount, and you also might have an optional origination fee. So this is something that I really want you to think about. Now, SoFi in terms of credit score is not as strict as a Livestream. So SoFi will give you a lower FICO score requirement. So that's kind of cool. And so on the flip side, basically, if you think about the SoFi, You have a high maximum APR. I mean, whereas Livestream had a lower APR on average, SoFi, I want you to expect a high APR. You have no, basically there is no co-signer option. You have a co-borrower option, but there is no co-signer option. Okay, and also there are actually limited customer service hours. Okay, so something to really think about. If you're trying to get a $100,000 personal loan this year, I want you to think about a a lender called Alliance. Now, Alliance is not a bank. Alliance is a credit union, which means you have to be a member of that credit union to qualify for the loan. But the cool thing is that Alliance doesn't have they don't have any geo restriction. Okay, so you can qualify no matter where you live at, no matter what kind of work you do, whatever. So membership is open to anybody in this country, so that's kind of cool. So you can actually get from 1,000 all the way to $100,000. Okay, and the cool thing is you can use the cash for everything. You can use the cash for loan consolidation, home expenses, or emergencies. Okay. Now, one thing I want to say is that with Align, they like it if you have had a relationship with them for at least 3 months. At least 3 months. You want to be with Align for at least 3 months before you apply for a $100,000 loan. Okay. So basically, you will need to become a member within 90 days. But Align is actually one of the few lenders that offers a 12-month repayment term option if you are able to afford the monthly payment. That's really cool. I mean, you can see, like a little earlier, the maximum loan repayment window is 5 years, 60 months, okay? But you have 12-month terms, 24-month terms, 48-month terms, and 60-month terms. So that's kind of cool. What are the pros and cons of Align as a $100,000 lender this year? Well, first of all, the pros. You have an auto pay discount available. So that's kind of cool because it gives you all kinds of flexibility. There are no origination fees. So that's really good because sometimes origination fees can really eat into the final loan amount that you get. Like if they're charging you 10%, you're getting really in the end 90% of the loan amount. But you're paying 100,000. You're paying 100%. Okay. And with Align, the cool thing is that you have 24/7 customer service. And the cool thing also is that their customer service is based in the States. You don't have to really, they don't outsource their customer service to a third party. Okay. On the flip side, with Align, you got to be a member. Okay. But not really that difficult. Okay. But there is no listed eligibility criterion. But this is because you have to really contact Align first. And also, co-borrowers are not accepted. So SoFi accepts co-borrowers, but Align doesn't. Another lender that will take care of you if you're looking for a $100,000 personal loan, that's Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo, the cool thing about Wells Fargo is that basically they are a national bank, okay? And Wells Fargo is the only national bank that offers $100,000. Basically, with Citi, you are capped at $30,000. With Chase doesn't offer personal loans or lines of credit, and neither does Bank of America. So those. This is for the top four national banks. So Wells Fargo is the only top four national bank that actually offers a personal loan, and personal loan that much. If you think about the regional lenders such as PNC, U.S. Bank, Key Bank, Fifth Third, BMO, all those banks, they're giving you anywhere from 30 grand to $50,000. None of them ever goes to $100,000. So the point I'm trying to make here is that Wells Fargo is really unique when it comes to the amount that they are offering. Okay, so they offer personal loans up to $100,000 with competitive rates and flexible terms between 12 and 84 months. So you're looking at 1 year to 7 years. So this is a wider range than most lenders offer. And so Wells Fargo doesn't charge origination fees. Okay, that's the big part because of what I just explained, right? With a loan this size, an origination fee can seriously cut into the amount you receive. So, what are the pros and cons here? With Wells Fargo, you have a wide range of loan terms, competitive rates, no origination fees, and but on the flip side, you have to be a Wells Fargo customer at least 3 months. Wells Fargo customer, and the qualification requirements are unclear, and but you do have a limited availability. One thing I want to say, what I love about this loan is that basically you do have a soft pull process in place, so you can pre-qualify. Actually, you can see how much you can pre-qualify for if you go to a Wells Fargo website and really go through the process. Another lender that will take care of you if you're looking for a $100,000 personal loan, and that's USAA. And basically, now one thing I want to say here is that a lot of folks know USAA for providing financial products to military families. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that you are going to be affiliated with the military, either through a DoD or the Pentagon or just the military in general, and that includes actually the let's say the reserve, the armed reserve, okay, and also so law enforcement in general, okay. So with the USAA, you have a lender that provides a 100,000 personal loan product with the same wide range of terms as Wells Fargo, okay. However, its minimum APR is actually higher than other lenders on today's show, and also that could mean that you might have a larger payment that you would get with other lenders. Something to really think about. So, what are the pros and cons when it comes to USAA this year? The pros first: you have flexible term options, you have personal loan refinance program, and you have actually a highly rated mobile app to really help you out. On the flip side, you do have limited membership options. So to be part of USAA, you have to be affiliated with the military, and it's not that easy. If you have nobody working for the military in your family, this is not going to be of use to you. You do have a high starting APR, and you also have no pre-qualification. So with the USAA, you have to really go through you need to have a hard pull right away. There is no soft pull first and then hard pull later on. No, this is like a one-shot thing if you want. Something to really think about. So I just gave you the top 5 lenders that will take care of you if you're looking for a $100,000 personal loan. Okay. And let me give you the presentation here. So when you think about $100,000, please keep in mind that those 5 are really the gems of the gems that you really need to go after. Why? Because very few lenders offer $100,000 personal loans. Okay, and those that do have strict eligibility requirements. So one thing you want to make sure is that you want to carefully consider the cost and alternatives like the cost and alternatives to $100,000 personal loans before you apply. Okay. Sometimes actually it could be better to tap into your home's equity to actually borrow a large amount, but you risk losing your home. Just be careful there. So to get a $100,000 personal loan at the very best rates and terms, you will need excellent credit, a high income, and the right lender. Okay. So because, of the risk involved. So when it comes to, I'm showing you a recap of the top 5. You can see on the screen here. Here is a nice table that I have for you. The lender, the APR range, the loan amount, the loan terms, but also the minimum credit score. So you can see that basically a lot of them are pretty strict when it comes to a credit score, when it comes to income, when it comes to the debt to income ratio, and also the proof of identity. In terms of debt to income ratio, your DTI, anything you have below 35%, that will really work. That will work for you. And you also need to think about calculating the cost of a $100,000 personal loan. Because when you borrow $100,000, it really makes sense to focus on how the monthly payment fits your budget, right? Now, if you have the resources to repay the loan sooner, you can save thousands of dollars in interest. Okay. Although the lenders on our list today don't require origination fees, you always want to check the fine prints on your offer to make sure there is none, right? It's one of those things where you want to cover your back and want to make sure that you are getting the best deal ever. And sometimes it might be better to ask your local bank about any incentives if they offer if you already have checking or savings account. Or you can also ask online lenders about any price match guarantees they might offer. Okay. One thing I want to say here is that maybe instead of going to one lender to get $100,000, you might go to two lenders to get maybe 50-50, 50,000 here, 50,000 there. And when you combine those two, you have $100,000. Maybe the cost will be better for you, especially if you don't have an existing relationship with the bank, or you cannot become a member of that credit union. Let me give you some alternatives to $100,000 personal loans this year. One thing I want to really understand is that you can think about your home equity loan. This could be actually the best option for you, especially the cheapest option for you if you are trying to really get a large amount borrowed real fast. All your funds are sent to you at once, and your rate and payments are fixed for the life of the loan. If you choose a home equity loan, you can also try a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. Okay, this funding works like a credit card secured by your home. So during the draw period, you can typically use and reuse the funds as often as you wish. Payments are based on how much you use, though you may not be able to. You may be able rather to make interest only payments during the draw period. Okay, that could make payments much cheaper than what you would have on a personal loan. So, like a home equity loan, the interest here is tax deductible if you use the funds to, let's say, renovate your home, for instance. So that's really cool from a flexibility point of view. You can also think about cash out refinancing. So if your credit score are too low for personal loans or home equity financing, you may want to actually consider a cash out refinance. And with this type of mortgage, you will replace your current mortgage with one that's 100,000 larger than what you owe. You will need significant equity since most cash out refinance programs limit you to borrowing 80% of your home's value. So this is kind of something to think about. And you also will pay a closing cost. Okay, closing cost between the costs are between 2 and 5% of your loan amount, which could be a hefty bill since you are borrowing more than you owe. So the approval process is much more intensive, which a much deeper dive into how much your home is worth. So completing a cash out refinance can take up to 45 days or longer. So something to really think about this year. So the closing remarks into this conversation, I spoke to you about how to get a $100,000 personal loan. I gave you the top lenders, the presentation, and now the closing remarks. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.